Welcome to meeting 5,532 of the Rotary Club of San Jose. My name is Tim Gill, and I have the honor of serving as the 114th president of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. Woohoo! In case you didn't know, today is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. Today's cookies are from Insomnia Cookies right here in downtown San Jose. Thank you to this week's greeting line, the Red Badge Committee, chaired by James Williams and Mary Peterson. Also, a big thank you to Bert George for our wine reception. Now, we have a moment in San Jose's history. Caitlin Marie Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, is Olympic gold medal winning decathlete. August 11th, 1975. Evening News, victory hug for record. The article read, Bruce Jenner, a 25-year-old salesman from San Jose, receives a hug from his wife, Christy, after winning the Olympic decathlon and shattering the world record. Now we have the introduction of our Red Badge traveling mics. This week's traveling mics are Jan Berthold and Kathy Sutherland. Please introduce yourself and who your sponsor is.
Jan Berthold and Tom Bondi and Dave Cowan. Thank you.
Okay.
Kathy Sutherland, and my sponsor was the amazing Rod Dearden.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, Rotarians and guests. First, I want to introduce our district governor, who is walking away from me right now, Gita Gamdambi. Big hand for Gita. Thank you. All right, well, let's work our way around the room, and if you've got the mic, it's hard for me to see in the back, so just go ahead and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sean Paul Guess. I work with a lot of different minority contractors and small businesses, and I try to help make companies connect with communities to align incentives.
All right, thank you for visiting.
President Tim, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Carl.
Always
Thank
nice
you.
to see your hair. So I just met this guy this week, Jamel McNeil. He's a workforce analyst, and he's excited to be here.
All right, well, welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you. Yes, Matt.
Good afternoon, President Tim. I'm just finishing a bite of my cookie. Apologies for that. Very happy to have Matt Bell. My sponsor was Bill Barron, and he's here. I saw him. And I'm happy to introduce my good friend, Dan Carter, whose application is in and is being reviewed by the membership committee. Dan is the owner of a local senior care authority.
Well, welcome, Dan. And thanks, Matt, for bringing your guest. Appreciate it.
Hello, Richard Agiloni. My sponsor was Stephanie Kavanaugh, and this is my good friend. My guest is Adib Karam. He's come all the way from Scotts Valley to visit us, and he works in technology industry.
All right, thank you for visiting. Sue Smith.
Hi, Tim. My guest today is Carla Comelli, and she's a professor at Santa Clara University.
Go Broncos. Welcome, Carla. Thank you for visiting. Hi, Josh Burrows.
Hey, President Tim. Josh Burrows here. My guest today is my daughter, Savannah. She's going into 5th grade, and there's no camp this week, so it's Rotary Day.
All right. Welcome, Savannah, future Rotarian. Do we have any other guests? I guess that is it. Welcome, welcome all of you guests. I hope you enjoy your visit.
Okay.
And you may consider, if you liked having fun and fellowship, then you need to join Rotary, because that's one of the great things about it. All right, well, let's celebrate all of our guests' August birthdays. Okay, that was short. It was supposed to play 45 seconds, but that's okay. Hey, all August birthdays, this is your birthday month. Go out and celebrate every single day. Special birthday wishes to Chelsea Souza and Richard Alejandro, whose birthdays are today. Happy birthday, all of you. Today marks our annual district governor visit. This position is available only to people who have served as a club president. and it is a huge commitment as it requires years of district service, and while district governor, you have to visit 60 clubs in 4 different counties. Dr. Geeta Gadambi has served as the founding president of the Rotary Club of Fremont Bridge. She's the founder and CEO of a patent law firm specializing in intellectual property. A former NASA scientist, Geeta brings a spirit of innovation and discovery into all that she does. She's a recipient of numerous awards, including the prestigious District 5170 Rotarian of the Year in 2023. Please help me welcome District Governor Geeta.
Good afternoon, everyone. I had to chow down the chocolate chip cookie really quickly to have some energy to talk now. It was amazing and very, very delicious. Thank you, Tim. Are my slides on? There you go. Fantastic. This club is one of the largest clubs in the district. We are the largest district in Zone 26, that's the West Coast. We are 1 in 12 in giving to the Rotary Foundation in the world. So we are very, very proud to be one of the best districts in the West Coast to set a tone for other people to show, as a Silicon Valley district, what can we do differently and do it on a bigger scale. And your club is a very robust club. It's a very old club, and I dearly miss Rod Duridon today because he was one of the reasons that I came for my first visit. He said, you should come to my club and see what's going on. So I really, truly miss him. And he was a force for environmental issues, and my goodness, the Rod Squad is very famous, even in our eye level, which is fantastic. Okay, you have to tell me where do I point this. Oops. Okay. Oh, sorry, I might have changed the slides. So I usually do a cheesy introduction about my symbol on the right side. I'm from India, and I love spices. I'm a chemist, and I love to cook. So just as the spices come together to make a good dish, Rotarians come together to make a better world. So that's it. I'm selling it. That's it. So this is our district. We are in 4 counties, as Tim said, very densely populated. We have so many people in Fremont, 250,000 people, but there are only 200 Rotarians. That's something mathematically and statistically very insignificant. I bet you can say the same thing about San Jose, too. You may be a big club, but there are a lot more people out there. So we need to think about getting a bigger room and more members. So what's the message for this year? Inspire and collaborate. Of course, President Inca says creating lasting impact is important. But these two tie in together. If you're not inspired yourself, if you're not inspired enough to convince other people to come and join Rotary, or you are igniting an inspiration in another person to do something good in the world, this is a collaborative effort. Your club comes together. I heard that you have more committees than I have members in my club, by the way. There are lots of clubs that way that have less number of people, but we have 8 clubs that are 100 years old in the district. Imagine the time, talent, and treasure they have given for 100 years so we could do what we can do now. That's including your club, which is fantastic. So I know you are a member of a very coveted group called 400 Plus Club. Tim gets to go this year if he increases his numbers a little bit. So make that happen for him, please. Collaboration is very important. Big clubs have good projects. Small clubs have very continuous small projects. They make an impact, but if you want to make a lasting impact, it has to be a bigger impact. So let's generate collaborative effort this year in the district to say, hey, San Jose other clubs or the neighboring clubs, do you want to do a project with us? Or if they're doing something nice, maybe one of your committees can go and say that we would love to collaborate from our club. So look inwards and outwards a little bit and help other people also to be successful. It is very important that we work as one district and create a bigger impact in the world. All the global grants that you guys do or other clubs do, they are collaborating with another host club in that country to make a bigger impact. So the same motto can be done for community service. For example, this year the environmental committee is they have a mandate from me that they need to plant 1,000 trees. And there is funds for it in the district because of your membership dues. We have the money to do it. Just find out, get the red tapes taken away from them in the city, find a spot, let the other clubs come and either plant here or you go to a smaller place to plant there. So let's do some collaborative projects district-wide, and that will be really good. So inspiration story when you're telling, when typically somebody asks you what is Rotary, I want just one member to tell me, what do you say about Rotary? What is Rotary? Why are you a Rotarian? Service, okay? When I go on a laundry day and I wear my Rotary t-shirt for my hike, when they ask me what is Rotary, I used to say Rotary is a big organization, it's a worldwide organization, and we do a lot of things in a lot of different areas. It doesn't mean anything to them. That's what President Inca says. He says, don't throw stats, don't throw anything else on them. Tell them what is one story that touched your heart, a project that touched your heart. Or still better, ask them, what are you interested in? And I can bet you, in the 7 areas of focus that we have, their passion will definitely be one of them. Then you can tell with such a big club, you have done so many projects, you can say that, you know, these are the projects that we do, which is very similar to what you do. Why don't you come and check it out? Don't say come for the meeting. Say come for lunch where my friends meet and decide what program to do. That's a better sell. Heart stories, program, no meeting. And you do have flexibility. I'm sure you guys have Zoom too. So anyways, membership. What are we doing different? Being in Silicon Valley, my Google engineers and some other people in the different clubs came up with a software. We have scraped through all the zip codes. We have 300,000 leads. We are filtering through it. We hired a virtual assistant to go through their emails and their telephone numbers. We are sending out a letter to them to say, are you still interested in becoming a Rotarian? RI gives us leads too. Your Needed program gives us leads too. You Belong Here program gives us leads too. They were very delayed. So we made enough noise in RI to say, we are in Silicon Valley. We work on a warp speed. Please give us the leads now. Within a week, we need that downloaded on our database. We created the database. We have created the pipeline. Once these data is curated, hopefully within 15 days from now, President will get an email. And he has only 7 days to respond, otherwise we give it to somebody else. So please, your membership team, gear up to start talking on people on the phone. He's looking at the, is there a timer that I can follow so I don't have to worry about Tim? Okay, okay, good. All right, you guys have Interact parents? We have 4,000 interactors in the district, 8,000 parents. How many are the members of Rotary? And how many years do we support them in high school? 4 years. Let them educate. what Interact is. Let us educate them what Rotary does for them. We do RILA, we do speech contest, we support them as interactors, we are youth certified to work with the youth, and many more. We give scholarships. You guys give scholarships to so many students. Let's tell them what we do for the youth. One of the evening things should be a parent night dinner for interactors that you support. How many interactors do you have in your club? 6 high schools. How many numbers? 800 parents. Tim can have 2 clubs of 400. Let's invite them. Conversion, just 80 people. That's good enough. Seriously, stats is not that difficult. You just need to convince. All of you can tell some stories to them. Let's do it in my year. RILA had 225 slots, and we only filled 140. Please spread the word. It's an incredible program. If you haven't attended the dinner and found out what the curriculum is, please do it next year. It's in the end of June, last week of June. Incredible program for youth to build confidence and teamwork. And also, they make friends for life. So that's a good program to support. Please support from your club. It's important. I think you guys have enough Interact and enough members to support, so that slide should not say create more Interact clubs. That's not necessary for you all. Okay, sorry. Brenda, can you be my Vanna White, please? And hold up the book for me. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate, is Jeff Poole here? Jeff Poole? No? Okay. He kind of helped me in this. All the presidents gave me articles. Thank you, Tim, for pushing it, because I was pushing in maths time. He was kind of busy. Thank you for pushing it for me. And I got it. And all the 63 club stories are there. And this is the worst sales job. But if you want to make money for your peace thingy, I'll give you 400 books. Whatever you make, you can sell it, and take the money. That's my contribution. Anyway, you guys are very generous. Thank you. Keep doing it. We donated $1.9 million to the Tiara Foundation. We donated $1 million in scholarship around the district. We do a lot. Almost $6 million we donate, only 3,500 people. So imagine the generosity. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I am not going to ask for money. So I'm only 2 seconds away. Be there or be square. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to honor the Paul Harris recipients. Please line up right over here, like now, because we're going to get going on this. Okay. So, Paul, okay, I'm sorry. Each year, Rotary International recognizes our Rotary contributions. $1,000 is the threshold for recognition. Every accumulation of $1,000 is then celebrated with a distinctive pin. First, we're going to start out with the Paul Harris at the $1,000 level, and Alfreda Egan, which I believe she's in Ghana. Next, we have Jim Towery. Come on up, Jim. Jim. Next, at the Paul Harris Fellow $2,000 level, Sarah Klish, who I don't think is here, Sarah Janigan. Next, Bunny Layden. Dan Orloff. Jeff Poley, who I don't think is here. No. Ini Ubo. Next, we have at the $3,000 level, Steve Kaplan. Gay Crawford. Some of these people I don't think are here. Barry Christina, Mary Curtis, David Lavelle, Jane Light, David Neal, Brenda Sweeney. Frederick Wilhelm. Next, at the $4,000 level, Dennis Fong. Mark Lazzarini. David Markham. Next, at the $5,000 level, we have Tom Bondi. And Josh Burrows. Next, at the $6,000 level, Lisa Fenton. I don't think she's here. Sandra Gill. I recognize that name. Now, at the $7,000 level, we've got Paula Ball, which I think she's vacationing at Lake Tahoe. Good for her. Elizabeth Monley. At the $8,000 level, Richard Conniff. Okay, now we have the Paul Hare Society contributions of the thousand. Oh, me? Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you. Forgot all about me. Okay, Tim Gill, thank you very much. Now we have Paul Hare Society contributions of $1,000 or more each year. Mike Block, thank you, Mike, for all of your contributions each year. And also President-elect Kathleen Thomas, who I think she's here. Guess not. So, congratulations. There is no.
Oh. Don't need any more badges.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, and Gita, go on over for the photographs. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so while they're doing that, the next thing that we're going to do is ring the bell.
Ring that bell. Why don't you ring it well?
Oh, we start over here.
Ring that bell. Why don't you ring it well? There's some bad man messing with our future. Let's give them.
Okay, now's the time to give some money to our foundation. And do we have back in the back? And that is Emily. Yes.
Hi there. Hi, everybody. I'm Emily Robin. My sponsors are Mike Conniff and Steve Borkenhagen. I ring the bell every single month. And my ring this month, I'm just going to read a little thing I wrote here. I would like to challenge this club to ring the bell 42 times per ring the bell meeting. And I am not a mathematician, but I'm a reasonably intelligent person and I'm learning ChatGPT. And according to that math, if the club averaged 42 rings per month, that would add up to $50,000 that goes to the permanent endowment every year, which would generate about $2,000 a year the first year. And if we make it part of our club culture and we keep that going, that obviously, just because, interest/math, would grow to thousands and thousands of dollars every year that goes toward the projects that we do in the community. So 42 rings, that could be 42 people, that could be somebody over there ringing it more than once, okay? But I challenge everybody to think of something you want to celebrate and ring the bell with me.
Okay. Emily, are we ringing the bell 42 times for you today? Because you didn't tell me how many rings. Just one. Okay, but I love your idea. That's going to be our low bar because we're going to make 100,000. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, Emily, one ring, huh? That's a...
Hey, man, you...
No. So listen, I'm really excited. So, a lot of I'm with the Guadalupe River Park Conservancy. I do a lot of work down there, and we've been having our challenges lately. But just yesterday, we announced our new executive director, who's going to turn that park into everything that I think some of us have visualized, this incredible river and park downtown that is San Jose Central Park. So I'm going to ring the bell 3 times for our new executive director, who happened to sit here, Heather Lerner.
All right.
And Emily, you inspired me. Sorry, I was just teasing you. I got to ring 2 times. So, Bert, everywhere I go, every meeting I go to, every charity I go to, it's wines provided by Bert George. This is 2 more rings for this. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Bert.
Thank you, Carl, and congratulations, Heather Lerner. All right.
Hi, Catherine Vandiver. My sponsor is Jen Simmons, who's now part of the Aptos Club. I'm ringing the bell once for my little sister, who just completed her doctorate last week in physical therapy.
All right. Thank you, Catherine.
And Gay Crawford, I think my sponsor was Stu Park and Randy Hall. And I am so happy to ring the bell. I mean, right back at the Bert, wonderful people in this room. But Stephen Gurawaya, the publisher of Saratoga Spotlight, just did an amazing article about Cancer Care Point, which has just moved under Michael Mulcahy's residential area to the Garden Theater. And our fundraiser is going to be August 30, and I think it's sold out. So hip, hip, hooray, 1 ring.
Thank you, Gay.
Hi, I'm Mike Ceramelli. I'd like to ring the bell for my sponsor, Catherine Vandiver. You probably know her. She had headed up the ELC last year. One thing she does outside of Rotary is she's been mentoring females in engineering, which is predominantly a male-dominated field, so they need all the mentoring they can get. But anyway, the thing that I think was kind of interesting was that this organization that she's a part of, She CTO, had an opportunity to ring the bell on Wall Street a few months ago, and she got a call. She jumped on a plane, she flew back, and they closed the session with the ringing of the bell from the deck on Wall Street. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So, 1 ring, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Yes, sir.
President Tim, Scott Seaman, retired from city government and police. I'm currently serving as president of the San Jose Police Foundation and doing that proudly with Carl Salas, Sean O'Kane, Chappie Jones, and others. We are celebrating our 20th year as a foundation, and each year we underwrite the remarkably inspirational major awards ceremony for the police department. That is being held on September 10th. We're grateful for everyone's support to that, and I'll ring the bell 3 times in response.
Thank you, Scott.
Hello, President Gill. I'm Joan Escobar. Yes. My sponsor was Bonnie Bamberg and Kathy here. And I'd like to ring the bell twice. Once because every month I do throw a pop-up at my shop every second Thursday. And the second one is actually for the Robins Rescue because they are actually our nonprofit. So if you come out and support them, you can get a glass of wine and help a lot of charities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Uh-oh, Steve Ellenberg.
All right.
Trouble's brewing.
Steve Ellenberg. My sponsor was the great Ken Weiner. I'm still rolling off of that debunking, and sorry, Tim, if I debunk you a little bit. But I want to do, for sure, 2 rings. One for my father, who took me to the Montreal Olympics in 1976, where I saw Bruce Jenner win that gold medal, and I just brought back good memories of my dad. Second, for Skip Franich, who we memorialized on Saturday, and he really engaged me in Rotary with the program committee. Third, I've been inspired by Emily Robin. And so I'm going to do a contingent ring the bell. And I want you, Tim, to embrace your baldness. There's a few of us here. Tim, I will ring the bell at every meeting, whether there is a ring the bell or not, if you will lose that goofy visor. Embrace the baldness, my friend. And I am going to challenge Matt Breaker, Chappie Jones, and all others beautifully follically challenged to make a contribution of whatever you can afford to tell our president, embrace the beauty. Think Michael Jordan. Think Charles Barkley.
Steve, you were asking way too much.
By my calculation, that is 46 rings.
Okay, I tell you what. If I wear the hat, I will find myself each time I wear the hat. How's that? Oh, okay.
Well, that's fine for you, but that's, that wasn't my deal.
All right.
So you can ring it 50 times, Tim.
Today?
Today.
Right now?
In advance, because I know you're going to live by your bargain.
And 50 times plus the other 4? Or?
So that's 46.
Plus total
2,
50.
That's $5,000.
God, Steve,
right?
I am so insecure about my baldness. I don't know if I can handle this.
You look great, Tim.
I love my hats.
Great. Look at how great.
I think that's 50. Okay, 50. Thank you, Steve. I'll try to meet your challenge. My goodness. We are going to have to hustle through this. We never want to leave money on the table, but.
Yeah, President Tim, Dick Conniff, my
Yes,
sponsor was John Brezzo. And I'm going to round up and ring the bell 4 times for my grandson Christian, who's with me today. Graduated from UC Davis in a little less than 4 years, and we're celebrating that.
Thank you, Dick. Matt.
Hi, President Tim. It's Matt again. I want to ring the bell once, just once, for another outstanding Rotarian and my wonderful colleague, Chelsea Souza, whose birthday is today.
All right. Happy birthday, Chelsea. Oh, yes, in the back.
Hey, President Tom Bondi, I'll ring the bell 2 times. One for my father-in-law, Vic Corsilia, who came out of the hospital on Sunday from pneumonia, so he's back at home. Hopefully he'll be here next week. And the other is for Emily Robin, for what she's talking about.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
President Tim, I'm Norm Holberg, real estate appraiser, and I am celebrating this year the 50-year anniversary of my company, Valbridge Property Advisors. A lot of great clients in here, and a lot of great interesting assignments, including the land under this building, under the City Hall. And I think 5 decades should count for 5 rings.
All right. Thank you so much, Norm.
Hey, President Tim, Kirk
Hi,
Wallachevich.
Kirk.
My sponsor was Heather Lerner. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times, one for Emily for her dedication to ringing the bell, another for the wonderful kayak event that the Mulcahy's and the Saluses and Heather put on. That was a really fun Saturday. Hopefully they'll have more in the future. People can show up. And one more, I had the most amazing trip to Europe, visited Poland. It was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Sue Smith.
Hi, Sue Smith. My sponsor is Dick King, and I'd like to ring the bell twice, once for Bunny Layden and once for Karen Thomas for purchasing 300 pairs of reading glasses to the Rotary International Service Project this year in El Salvador.
Thank you, Sue.
President Tim, it's Catherine Tomkison. My sponsors were the great late Rod Dearden, Sr., and Norm Klein. I didn't get a chance to introduce my guest today. This is Bernardo Hernandez. He's Vice President of Surface Transportation at AECOM. And I'll ring it a second time for Emily Robin.
Thank you, Catherine.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Oh, Steve.
Right
there
here.
you- Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking in the background.
So I wasn't going to ring today, but when Carl made his announcement about Heather taking over the Conservancy, it's 5 rings. It's just amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
President Tim.
Yes.
Michelle Loxon,
Hi,
Boys
Michelle.
and Girls Clubs of Silicon Valley. My sponsors were the Rod Dearden and Gay Crawford. I'd like to ring the bell twice today. One to celebrate my dear friend Sarju Naran, who received the Dave Micheletti for the Kids Award about a week and a half ago. Just want to celebrate him for that. And my second ring is an announcement and a celebration. On October 8th, Boys and Girls Clubs will host its 5th International Day of the Girl event. We'll bring together 250 girls and 250 local professional women for a day of mentorship, inspiration, and fun. And I'm so pleased to announce and celebrate that the Vice Mayor, Pam Foley, is our honorary chair.
Thank you, Michelle. Yes, 2 more rings. And yes.
Hello, President Tim. Jay Ross,
Hi,
partnered
Jay.
with Lathrop GPM. My sponsor was the amazing Bill Barron, who's here today. I'll ring the bell twice for Bill Barron, even though that's not what I was standing up for. I got 2 things I want to celebrate. The first one, 2 weeks ago in Livingston, New Jersey, our oldest son, Matt, got married. I want to ring the bell 5 times for that. You got to pay attention, because that's 7 so far, my friend.
Okay.
So the second thing I want to celebrate, you might think I want to celebrate National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, which of course I do, but there's something today that's even more important. 37 years ago today, my wife Julie and I got married. I want to ring the bell 5 times for that.
Thank you, Jay.
Hi, President Matt. Nicole Leckler. My sponsor was Ron Drake. I'd like to ring the bell 1 time for my new job at the Signia by Hilton San Jose as Senior Catering Sales Manager.
Thank you. Really quick.
National Cookie Day, huh? Not going to ring the bell for that. Pam Foley, who are my sponsors? It was 26 years ago, so Dave Martz and Barney Watson. Barney Watson was my neighbor, and he passed away too many years ago, and may he rest in peace. He was a great Rotarian and very involved. I have 2 things that I'd like to celebrate. One, I'd like to acknowledge my Chief of Staff, Kyle Lavaroni, who is here to hear the update on the BART Phase 2 plan and watch it. He'll probably be alive when it actually comes to be. Sorry, Tom. And the second is to the Boys and Girls Club for including me and honoring me as their co-chair, or their honorary chair for their Day of the Women. Day of the Woman. So all of the women here, when it gets closer, I'm going to ask and challenge you to help us out. That's it for me.
Okay, I hate to cut it off, but we're going to have to move on because I'm 3 minutes late. Okay, if you don't mind going over, I don't want to hear any complaints from anybody if we go over. I'm serious.
I'll make this quick.
Okay.
10 rings for the 10 decades my mother accompanied me through life.
Thank you, Dennis.
1 ring for the greatest president.
Oh. You're too kind. Thank you very much.
Okay. This is, oh.
This is Christine Burrows, and I am celebrating the family generations in my family that are part of Rotary, and they are represented today. I have been in Rotary for 23 years, and my son has been in Rotary for 16 years, Josh, and my granddaughter, Savannah, is getting involved in Rotary just because she has to. But I'm just proud to have generations in my family continuing the legacy of supporting Rotary. So 3 rings.
Thank you, Christine.
Ginger Sotelo, my sponsor is Larry Stone, and I will ring the bell 7 times for 7 times for my 7 grandchildren who will all be in San Jose this Friday for the first time together, celebrating my father's 75th birthday.
Well, thank you. Okay, Ron Gonzalez. Now, this meeting is going to go over by 3 minutes, so I don't want any complaints. Okay, Ron, you're up. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you, President Tim. In the spring of 1989, I was a freshman Santa Clara County supervisor, and I proposed moving the stalled negotiations with the Bay Area Rapid Transit District, BART, forward to finally connect San Jose and Silicon Valley with the rest of the Bay Area. A mere 37 years later, VTA's BART and Vice Mayor, I'm going to be alive when BART rolls into downtown. BART Silicon Valley project is the country's 2nd largest active infrastructure project, with the extension adding 6 miles of new track, a 5-mile tunnel underneath downtown San Jose, and 4 new stations. With us today is Tom Maguire, who will provide a project overview and current status update, dive into the complexities that make construction so challenging, and highlight VTA's efforts to ensure that the project is a boom to the region. Tom has 24 years of experience leading major transportation projects. He joined the VTA in 2023 as Chief Mega Projects Officer. Boy, that's a great name. Where he is responsible for delivering the $12 million BART to Silicon Valley project. Previously, he worked at the San Francisco Municipal Transit Agency, MUNI, the New York City Department of Transportation, and the engineering firm of Rupp. He holds degrees from Rutgers and UC Berkeley. Please give Tom a great, go Bears, Tom, a warm welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. And to whoever called out the Rutgers Scarlet Knights as the Silver Knights, I appreciate it anyway. It's okay. And you know, one thing that's true about construction is you are under pressure every day to stay on schedule. So President Gill, I will try to keep us or get us back on schedule here. So one of the things that's been so interesting about the job I have at VTA, which as Ron said, I took on in 2023, is learning about the legacy of the elected officials, the business leaders, the community leaders, and the taxpayers of this county, and how long we've been waiting to bring BART and to make that dream come true. And I'm hoping that when I go through my slides today, we won't just talk about construction progress, but we'll talk about how we're trying to realize the vision that so many of you and so many of your predecessors have laid out for us. And we really feel the responsibility to deliver on that vision every day. We're going to talk about what it is we're building, because I think there's a lot of talk about this project. Some of it, I take all the jokes about it being behind schedule. I own that, but we're trying to get it back on schedule. But also, it's really exciting what we're doing. We're building, as Ron said, the 2nd biggest transit project in the United States. It's the largest project west of the Hudson River. And I think it's really cool that it's happening here in San Jose. It's not happening in Los Angeles or Seattle or Chicago, but it's happening in the fastest growing city, in the city that has committed to building transit for over 2.5 decades. We're also going to talk about our longstanding commitment and how we're fulfilling that commitment to you as taxpayers. I want to talk about the momentum that we're gathering. And any of you who are involved in any kind of construction or development or real estate project know that you either have momentum or you don't. And I think there have been years, there have been long periods when this project maybe didn't have the momentum. We very much have it now. And I hope all of you can at some point come out and take a tour of the work we're doing over right next door to the Santa Clara Caltrain station, and you will see just how serious we are about moving ahead and how much progress we're making. I also want to talk honestly about the funding uncertainty that we're facing. This project does require over $5 billion of federal money, and like any project that has federal money at the core of its funding stack, that is a challenge right now. And I want to talk to you about the strategy we're taking to keep progress moving, but be very mindful of the risks and think about maybe brighter times ahead when that money will be available to us. And then finally, we want to talk about our commitment to you and to all the local businesses who will be our neighbors during years and years of construction, and ultimately the beneficiaries as those BART riders come into downtown San Jose. So I've got a few images here that will be showing. Where we go? Sorry. Over the course of this presentation, but tried to capture just in one slide what the project looks like right now. I'm going to start down in like the 4 o'clock, the lower right-hand corner, and go clockwise. So for a long time, we've been engaged in the process of digging what I think is probably going to be the biggest hole ever dug in San Jose. It's the launch structure for our tunnel boring machine. You cannot build a 5-mile long subway without some kind of what we call it a TBM, or tunnel boring machine. It's like a drill that'll drive all the way from the Santa Clara Caltrain station through downtown, over to Little Portugal, and then back out under the 101 to the east portal being built over there. To build that, we lowered 130-foot tall rebar cages into 130-foot deep slots in the ground, refill those with concrete, built a strong exterior structure, which since we've been excavating for over 9 months. Those diggers working on the left side there are basically working 24/5, making sure that we get that a huge amount of space excavated underground, so that machine in the upper right-hand corner, and that does not even show you the full size of the cutter head. That's like a drill, except the bit is 53 feet in diameter. And I'm a tall guy. That's me in the middle with the blue helmet on there. But even I'm dwarfed by the size of this machine. So that's the work we're doing right now. And the reason we're building a tunnel of this diameter is because the commitment and the foresight that VTA's previous leaders and all of you as civic leaders showed in driving us towards what we call a single bore construction technique. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But fundamentally, a big tunnel is a lot more dirt to excavate, and it requires a lot more preparatory work over at our west portal by Santa Clara. But it's a lot less disruptive to downtown San Jose, and it's a lot better suited to the very unique underground conditions we have here in San Jose. The stations are going to be beautiful. We've been working closely. My colleague Erica Rokes, who's up here at the front table, please say hi to her. She's the Deputy Director for all forms of external affairs and engagement. She's been running community working groups for over 3 years with our neighbors in Santa Clara, Little Portugal, downtown and Diridon neighborhoods, to make sure that the community's aspirations for these stations are matched in the architecture. We've got a station at Diridon, beautiful station at Diridon, a station right in the heart of downtown San Jose, that's sometimes called the VTA block between Market and First on the north side of Santa Clara Street. A new station at Little Portugal, which will be the anchor of the urban village, and a huge amount of transit-oriented development over at 28th Street. And then finally, an above-ground station at the end of the line at Santa Clara. This station will be directly across the tracks from the Santa Clara Caltrain station and connected by an underground underpass to provide connectivity not just to San Jose, but also to Santa Clara. Here's what the project looks like on a map, and we are big. I'm gonna step away from the mic and talk real loud for a second. So all those pictures of the hole we're digging, launching the tunnel boring machine, that's happening over here. We call it our west portal. It's right next to the Santa Clara Caltrain station. When we have that hole finished, we bring that tunnel boring machine, which is sitting in a factory over in Germany right now. Once we get that tunnel boring machine in the ground, it's gonna dig for over 40 months from the west portal along Stockton Avenue, underneath the train tracks to the station at Diridon, and then along Santa Clara Street to another station downtown, a third station at Little Portugal, just to the west of the 101 freeway, next to the Five Women's Church, under the freeway, and then it's going to match up to the. Oh, okay. Well, I'll use that next time. Thank you. I'll probably stay in my seat the rest of the time. To the current end of rail at the Berryessa station. And when completed, riders can board anywhere at any of those stations and ride to any other destination on the BART system. For the first time, all 3 major downtowns, Oakland, San Francisco, and San Jose, will be seamlessly connected by the high-speed BART rail system every 7.5 minutes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And I think you should clap for yourselves, because this project is succeeding and proceeding on the back of, like I said, of 2+ decades of taxpayer contributions, really important decisions with a lot of foresight by county leaders, city leaders, several of our VTA board members, Councilwoman Foley, Councilman Cohen, Councilman McCahey, others on the VTA board, and their predecessors. Those sales tax dollars you've been paying will contribute over $5 billion of the $12 billion it's going to take to build the project. When I talk to my peers at building other projects around the country, when we talk to our federal funders in DC, this is the gold standard of local participation in infrastructure. The taxes that we pay, the decisions we've made to purchase land, get those environmental commitments made, bring the community along, stay united as a city and a county and a region around the goal of bringing BART to San Jose, that is a luxury that many of my colleagues and peers building projects in Chicago or Seattle don't have. And we are grateful for that commitment, and we're mindful of just how important it is for us to deliver a quality product, deliver on time and on budget for all of you. The top bar is maybe the other challenging piece of this. So if the light blue is the county contribution, the dark blue is the federal contribution. So the good news is that in the summer of 2024, the federal government, the Federal Transit Administration, announced that it was going to commit $5.1 billion to this project. That's the second biggest federal commitment for a transit project ever. And like I said, it's the largest west of the Hudson River. That $5.1 billion, though, is not available to us until we sign a contract with the federal government. And we've got a few more steps to do to finish our design to get there. But it also requires a good partner at the federal level to come through on that commitment. I'm sure you've seen challenging news about not just transportation, but other federally funded projects, federally funded sectors. Realistically, a project like this, we cannot stop digging, we cannot stop building, and we have to think in terms of how do we keep the project moving, even if we're not sure those federal dollars are going to flow this year in 2026, maybe they don't flow in 27, maybe not even until 2029. The good news is, because of this diverse funding stack, we have local money, we have state money, we have the ability to forward fund. That money, that federal money will come. It will come, it will reimburse us, it will make us whole, but the best decision we can make is to keep the project moving forward. The worst decision we can make is to kind of lose our nerve and to, in the face of that uncertainty, stop building the thing that we've been committed for so long to building. Thank you. And when the first train runs in 2037, and Councilwoman Foley, Vice Mayor Foley, you'll be on that train, despite that comment. Our goal is to get this open in early 2037, and we're very confident we'll be able to meet that goal. As you can see, this project will be constructed over multiple presidential administrations. There will be Republicans, there will be Democrats in the White House. Time and again, projects that once they've received grants, receive the commitment for the federal funding, they always reach the finish line, and they always do receive the funding they need. The project has a supply chain that is keeping thousands of people right here in Santa Clara County employed and busy, but the supply chain stretches across 43 states, red states, blue states. You know, we're buying electrical components from Kentucky. We're buying rail cars from upstate New York. We're buying tons of steel and components from all over California. Folks across the entire spectrum and across the country benefit from that construction. And I know that once we have that federal money flowing to us, it will not stop for that reason. So I talked about gathering momentum. The exciting thing is, while we continue to face the challenges on the funding level, the work is moving. We have over $400 million of construction work underway right now next to the Santa Clara Caltrain station. That work is on budget. It's likely to finish, I think it might finish ahead of schedule. I may risk saying that out loud in public, but I think it's going to finish ahead of schedule. We're due to finish this work in March of 2027. What you see on the screen is what this site looked like on Thanksgiving, and I am going to move now. They have a mobile mic. I can't sit still, so there we go. Okay. So last year on Thanksgiving, what you see here is this is where the trains will go from above ground to below ground. They'll enter the subway here. We had just started to pour concrete on this ramp. We hadn't done any excavation at all on what is going to be almost a third of a mile of trackway to get the trains from above ground to below ground. And you couldn't even see the giant hole in the ground we were building, which is where we're going to launch the tunnel boring machine. So now remember this picture, because I'm going to fast forward to May of this year. So now the entire trackway is open. We've got a huge hole in the ground that starts at grade and will eventually reach 80 feet below ground. You can see you're looking straight down into where those 130-foot tall steel rebar cages were sunk. And our job at this point is to continue to excavate within those limits, and we're even further. This is just a couple of weeks ago. You can see the site's getting cleaner. We've actually demobilized a lot of equipment, doing a lot of work to make sure that our dust and our noise, and we just want to be as good a neighbor as possible out there. So this is what it looked like a few weeks ago. It's actually even deeper right now. And like I said, we're looking forward to getting this work done in early 2027 so we can get that tunnel boring machine over here because we cannot keep this project on schedule without it. Let's see if we can get the video. Oh, the video is going to work. Excellent. So here you are flying from just next to the Santa Clara Caltrain station. PayPal parks off to your left, and now you're looking at this giant hole in the ground starting to come together with all the steel and concrete struts to maintain it. Look how close we are to the Union Pacific and Caltrain tracks. They have not even moved a quarter of an inch, despite the fact we're digging almost 80 feet into the ground next to them. Really proud of the safety record out there. We've worked 2.5 million person hours on this site, and there's not been a single reportable injury. That's an unbelievable safety record. Pardon me? I'm going to keep the handheld. All right, so let's just finish up here. So here's the kinds of labor and the kind of craft we have out there. We're moving multi-ton pieces of steel to hold these walls back. We have excavation. This is the last day that we were able to run the longest long-arm digger we could find that's able to stretch from the top of the wall down into the ground to dirt. From this point forward, we have to load giant buckets of dirt and lift them out. It's almost like building a sandcastle out there. You can see, again, people working night and day. It's a 24/5 site. We are trucking throughout the day, but really doing, I think, a pretty good job of keeping our noise and dust under control, something that will be even more important once the construction moves downtown. And ultimately, it's all about getting this machine into San Jose, getting it in the ground, and getting it digging. As long as this machine launches in 2028 and stays on schedule, we will stay on track to open before 2037. Like I said, the funding uncertainty, I'm not going to dwell on this too much more. I think you understand what I said before. Our strategy, though, is to not lose momentum. The strategy is to use the state, the local, the regional funding to bridge any gaps we have so that when that federal money is available, we can make our project whole and not lose a beat in terms of our construction progress. The last thing I want to talk about is our commitment to all of you and to our community. There's a lot of things we've done over the life of this project to make it as friendly as a subway project being built through a major downtown can be. Construction is never without impacts, and I apologize in advance. There will be challenges as we start to build through downtown. But some of the things we've done to control those impacts include the adoption of the single bore design. Single bore design means that we are building a tunnel that is so big the stations fit inside it. And so unlike other subway construction you've seen, if any of you were familiar with how the Market Street subway was built when BART came to San Francisco, the entire street was dug up from curb to curb for years at a time, and many people say the Market Street's never recovered. We're also committed to developing a really good construction traffic management plan to make sure that we are not fouling up traffic as we work through downtown, even though there will inevitably be some impacts to parking and traffic flow. I'm going to jump through this a little bit here. Those of you who do construction know that the ground under San Jose is quite challenging to build in. So in addition to mitigating impacts, that large tunnel boring machine is really well suited to the soil conditions we have. I think in addition to all the other awards this project's going to win, it's probably going to be the project that moves subway construction in North America. It'll be a huge leap forward technically. People will study how this project was built for generations. But we want to make sure that the generation that's living and working here right now is also protected. And the construction traffic management plans, our partnership with City DOT, I see City DOT in the back, hi Jess, and the other city agencies to make sure that the permits we pull, the information we give to you, that we communicate, over-communicate, and mitigate any impacts that our work causes. So we're a good neighbor, and so that you're all still here in business when BART opens. And for those who are impacted by the construction, we've started something we call a thriving business plan. And the goal of the thriving business plan is threefold. Number one, to make sure we bring our own resources to support you in getting the message out that downtown San Jose is open and thriving, no matter what construction looks like, to bring CBOs in to provide technical assistance, and importantly, to provide direct financial assistance to any businesses who are impacted by construction. And I'm going to put a slide up here that shows, got some QR codes here about how you can do business with us. We will need lots of business partners. All the thousands of people are going to work on this project over the next decade. They will need everything from catering to supplies to work shoes. We'd love to find local business partners who can help us provide that supply chain. The QR code there will take you to a site that will always show you how you can do business with VTA and participate in building this project. But our goal in all of that is to make sure that we are as good a neighbor as possible during construction, and most importantly, that our whole community is proud of what we build, because we know that we are executing this work on the back of commitments you've made and promises that you've made and we've all made to our taxpayers and our voters, and we're just so excited to be delivering that for all of you. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for a few questions. Please get to your questions. No foundation. 5 seconds to get to the question. Where are we at? Oh, Tom Bondi.
Thanks. That was a very good presentation. Can you speak to the water table and how that is affecting this project at all?
Great question. So the water table and the fact that there is groundwater interbedded throughout the soils under downtown San Jose, and it's very close to the surface, was a major factor in our decision to use the large tunnel boring machine. So the large tunnel boring machine will be, the top of that tunnel will be almost 50 feet below ground. So in many ways, our strategy is to get underneath the ground, the water table as much as possible. And the way those stations will be designed, they won't have lots of tunnels that have lots of joints and connections to them, which inevitably leak. A single large tunnel is the strongest shape we can build underground, and we think that it can withstand the pressure and the challenges of underground construction here in San Jose.
Elizabeth.
I live near the BART station in Santa Clara, and I love all your flags that you fly on holidays. I just want to, and I'm sure you've really thought this out very, very well, the traffic issues with Avaya, Costco, which is an all-day long traffic impedance, and then a major commute corridor on Coleman. Can you just speak to that briefly? If briefly is possible?
Yes. I mean, I think the long answer is we're working in partnership with the cities of Santa Clara and San Jose and their traffic engineers who know those traffic patterns in great detail to come up with what we call a construction traffic management plan that addresses the peak hour, things like events at the stadium, and other issues. I will tell you, we've been hauling hundreds and hundreds of trucks a day out of that site, and we have not gotten a lot of complaints about traffic. We'll be hauling a little bit more once the tunnel is underway, but we're already doing it, and I think we're having less of an impact than we thought we might.
Dave Peterson.
The $12 billion, is that $2026 or $2038? And what are revenue expectations when you open?
So those are year of expenditure dollars. So because the project is going to take 12 years to build, we inflate the dollars to the year in which we expect to spend them. So it's a what's called a YOE, and it'll be funded, of course, by incoming sales tax revenue that is also denominated in YOE dollars.
Jay Rouse.
To help build some expectations for downtown businesses and downtown folks who park and travel there, can you give us some examples of what that traffic management plan looks like that will help mitigate traffic and promote business operation downtown?
I think the most important features it will have is it will clearly delineate and restrict the work we do, our truck hauling and our materials movement to particular times of day. It will also restrict the number of parking spaces or lanes that we can occupy even temporarily for particular parts of the day. Again, one of the reasons we chose the large single bore technique is because it does not require closing Santa Clara from curb to curb, which a more traditional subway construction would have. So it's not that. It does probably involve some temporary lane and parking closures. We're going to work really closely with the city to have something that is transparent, and we can communicate those expectations to you.
Matt.
So as exciting as this is, for many of us who've been waiting a long time, it still feels like 10, 12 years feels like a long time. It looks like you showed us all the work that's going on in Santa Clara, but is it really sequential in that way, or are you going to be doing work on all these different sites concurrently to, kind of maximize schedule?
We are definitely going to work concurrently to maximize schedule. That work at the West Portal site is it is the critical path. We get that done, we stay on schedule, we fall behind there, we start in the hole. We will start doing work at all the station sites on a rolling basis over the next decade. The goal is to make sure that any construction that has to be done before that tunnel boring machine gets there is done. And so it's a real dance to make sure that sequence happens in the right way.
Carl.
You're going to have a beautiful tunnel at the end, and thank you for sticking with that single bore. And I keep hearing about the last mile. When people get out of the transit, they still have the last mile. Have you thought about a value engineering way? You're going to have that tunnel. Why wouldn't you use 21st century technology and use autonomous vehicles there? You wouldn't have to lay track. All the brains are in there. And by the way, it would put San Jose as cutting edge technology as opposed to 50-year-old heavy rail technology. One last thing, Jeff Bezos and Amazon owns one of the most advanced autonomous vehicles companies. And I just keep picturing, Trump's not that favorable about California or mass transit, but he'd probably like to see something like that. So there's a lot of positives if you think about autonomous vehicles in that beautiful tunnel. Any comments?
Well, the best thing about working in San Jose is and Silicon Valley is just how creative people are about the technology side of things. Having worked in San Francisco and New York and other markets, there's not nearly as much sort of gee whiz thinking about, hey, could we get to the next level of transit? So I want to acknowledge that. That said, I show up to work every day to, and my job description is get BART built. I do think all those ideas around new transit technologies, and think about things that 12 years ago we didn't have. We barely even had Uber and Lyft. We didn't have Waymo and AVs. So much innovation is going to happen, and I think finding ways to integrate that into the BART stations, maybe at the station level, make sure that passengers getting off a train from Daly City or San Francisco or Oakland can get right onto whatever the latest transportation technology to get around Silicon Valley is. I think that's where I kind of take that energy and go with.
One last question.
Hi, thank you so much for your presentation, but to get to brass tacks, being someone in the industry, the project is supposed to be completed by 2037, but 60% of the industry is retiring by 2030. And on top of that, there's a lot of subcontractors that are going to be needed and a lot of other employment opportunities. And for instance, one of the contractors I work with is Rudolph and Sletton over on their Kaiser project on Cottle.
I need a question. I'm sorry, we're over.
How can we work with more general contractors or subcontractors to help ensure more of that money is circulated throughout our local economy?
Can I put my last slide back up for just one more minute? Because I have the answer. The answer is click this QR code, stay in touch with us. You know what? I'll give you my card afterwards, but we'll find a way to distribute to folks how to do business with us. We want local contractors and local subs and local truckers on this job.
All right, let's hear it for Tom Maguire. Thank you. In honor of you, we are going to make a gift to the Washington Elementary School and to the Wheelchair Foundation. Thank you for a great presentation. Appreciate it. Your notes. Okay. We are almost done. We're going to be a couple minutes over, but next week we're going to be offsite at the San Jose Giants game. If you have not signed up, please sign up in the lobby. Or the deadline is Monday at noon, so go on to our website. On August 19th is going to be Maggie Skira, who's going to speak, past KNTV reporter and anchor. Also on August 19th is Hawaii Day. So wear your Hawaiian shirts, okay? And we're going to have some fun music. And we have a Rotarian of the Week, and I hope she's here. She's the youngest member of our club. She's on the Gala Committee. She's on the Next Big Project Committee. She's a second-generation Rotarian, co-chairs the Red Badge Committee. Let's hear it for Mary Peterson. Woo-hoo! She just got her blue badge like a month or two ago. She's an awesome Rotarian. Thanks to her dad, Dave Peterson, who sets a great example. In closing, so come on up after. We're going to get a picture of you. I have some gifts for you. So next, go out and spread the Rotary spirit. Make someone feel good about themselves today, okay? That's what our job is as Rotarians. So go out and make everybody's day. Thank you.